Three, two, one.
Welcome. It is Monday, my first day of work for 9 days. I got that Friday off, then I had the weekend off, then I had the week off. With the weekend, I work Saturdays a lot. But welcome to Let's Get Drunk with B-Rad. If you're going to drink, don't drive. If you're going to drive, don't drink. And something near and dear to my heart, 22 veterans died due to PTSD, suicide. So if you know a veteran, maybe he has PTSD, maybe he doesn't. A lot of times it goes undiagnosed. Show that veteran a random act of kindness by messaging him, let him acknowledge his existence or her existence for that fact, and that could save their life. So, all right, I've been talking about doing local brewery reviews, and this isn't local to me, but it is locally as far as Kansas goes. It is this is actually, cameraman, this is actually this is a collaboration between two breweries, between Walnut River out of El Dorado and Radius out of Emporia, Kansas. I couldn't get a whole lot of information on Radius, except that they've got a nice little restaurant and everything up in Emporia. Emporia from me is about about an hour. And but I did get a little bit of information off of. Sometimes these breweries give me very limited information I can get from them about how they started and stuff like that. But and I don't know exactly when Walnut River started, but I can tell you that there's two owners, Rick Goring and B.J. Hunt, 20-year IT corporate IT. Rick was fueled by education, so he had a degree in computer engineering, chemistry, and physics. So right there, what do you need in beer? Especially, you need to know some chemistry. You need to know how that stuff works. With the malts and the yeast and the sugar and all that stuff. That's absolutely fantastic to actually know. And 2010, I believe, he met up with B.J. Hunt. B.J. Hunt was a business owner and a manager with an executive MBA. So right there, a guy who has degrees in business, and then you have the guy that's kind of, on the chemistry side. And I guess apparently Rick had been homebrewing for 15, 20 years and actually decided to go to the craft brewery apprentice for 6 months. And he actually did a 6-month stint in a working brewery, so he had that hands-on, nitty gritty. But he wasn't. It still wasn't his. So that's when he met up with BJ's some friends, and they started working together. Now they kind of put their place together. They got like a big piece of oak or something, white oak, that everyone comes in there and signs. They have like a 18-foot something wash sink or something that they had found on Craigslist. They use iPad on Craigslist. They found a lot of items off of Craigslist and kind of did their brewery restaurant type deal as that. They decorated and kind of just down and dirty Kansas memorabilia that they found. Nothing wrong with that. And the building that they put in, they were deciding whether or not to be going to the Delano district downtown or in El Dorado. So they decided El Dorado because the zip code 67042. I don't know what the meaning behind that is. You would have to ask those two. And if I ever get to that brewery, I sure will ask if they happen to be around, which they probably won't be if I go there. But they could be. And I guess the building has a little bit of interesting history through the 100 years. It's a 100-year-old building. And 1923, during Prohibition, there was a place called Goldie's. It was also a brothel up above. I guess they had like a little general store down below and stuff. And they had the brothel up above. And apparently in 1923, they're more worried about, since it's Prohibition, about booze, drinking and illegal gambling and stuff. So the cops apparently just kind of, looked the other way, I guess. I don't know. That's what I read. So don't be saying that I said, because that's against the law or whatever. But I guess Goldie's had a 20-year run, which, wow, holy smokes. Um, so that's has nothing to do with beer, but that is the building that they moved into. So it has a lot of history, and that's some of the most interesting history that I found. All right, let's get on to this beer drinking. It's a collaboration, like I said, Walnut River and Radius, and it's called Birdie Pills. Now, I can tell you right now, it's got a wrap but it's kind of like embossed or something right here, which is really kind of cool. I dig the, I dig the font. I dig the, bird. Um, Golden Lager. It is 4.7 percent alcohol by volume, and I don't know how these two. I would love to hear the collaboration, how they came into doing this, or how they came into doing a collaboration between the two. I really was aiming. I was going to do a Walnut River beer, and I accidentally grabbed this one. Didn't realize it was a collaboration between two breweries. But I mean that's what's popular right now. Breweries getting together. Probably just having a beer, saying, "Hey, what do you think if we do this, do that?" And then all of a sudden they come up with this remarkable, recipe for beer. So, and then, this was, just Walnut's background alone between the two owners is a recipe for success. I mean, you have a guy that's a hardcore business guy, that handles their, everything, promotions. I guess been very successful in running a charity, which is great. Maybe they'll do that, or maybe they've already done that. I don't know. But when you have two guys with two different backgrounds, one guy that's been an IT guy, and another guy that's ran businesses and has an MBA and everything, and then you put these two guys together, and plus Rick went to the apprentice craft brewers apprentice program, and got hands on and they learned that part. Oh, I forgot with that. Most importantly, Rick felt, hey, I'm going to go back to school for a business degree, or I think he got a business degree, so he could learn that part of the business also. So Rick's pretty well rounded as far as being I think it's the brewmaster or brewer, and then you have BJ that handles most of the stuff. So let's get on to drinking this beer. Normally when I buy a 6-pack, I interesting flavors going on there for a lager. Oops. Let's go. Let's see how she pours. All right. Oh man, I'm getting a really good head on this. I don't know. I mean, I'm looking down, and it's got a really tight formation of bubbles, not dissipating at all. And as you can see, that it has a very clear golden color. Absolutely, it looks absolutely fantastic for a lager. The head is a great freaking head. I'm getting some malt. I feel like I'm getting some citrus notes in there. Maybe some like weedy. Yeah, this is maybe a little bit hop in there, but really a lager, it's got. Let's give her a taste. Let's have another sip. Make sure what I said earlier. Well, Budweiser, I would say, hey, it's got a slightly, I'd say piney note after taste on the back end, but for the most, it's pretty smooth. Um, clean, I'd say crisp tasting beer. You know, that's kind of, to me, that's how a lager should taste, is nice, clean, crisp, you know, with that flavorful punch in your mouth when you drink it. And that's exactly what this is. So I'm not disappointed by the Walnut River and Radius microbrew collaboration. I mean, they have a great. I give their can a. I give their can a 4.8. I'm going to give the head a 4.0. I'm going to give the color a 4.2. I'm going to give the taste a 4.0. And we do like the 5-point system as Beer Advocate and Untapped, I think, do. So, something I've added in mine is the chuggability. I know there's taste, and I gave it a great taste rating. I gave it a 4.0. And, but chuggability is important because I have a Marine brother, and he likes to challenge people, and he could be an El Dorado or Emporia drinking beer, and he's got a patch. You know, his eye got messed up in Iraq. Arr, I come and I can outdrink you, because he's really trying to get some free drinks. You know, why not? You know, everyone likes some free drinks. So he's challenging you to drink off. If you beat him, he buys you a beer. If you know, vice versa. So I'm going to do the work for you. I'm going to drink it and see if your chances are good with winning against Casey Patch, or Casey. He goes by Patch because he has the patch on his eye, which the guy is a pirate, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So you've been Casey Patch. You're at the Walnut River drinking a beer. You're at the Radius, and this guy comes out. Let's do the work for you. Remember, I'm driving that road down the truck, trying to get you to that beer destination that you're going to enjoy. Hopefully, you're going to enjoy some of this lager. It is really a good, tasty, like I said, clean, crisp, refreshing beer. All right. God, I mean, it's really smooth. Let me put that in there. It's smooth. It has a really smooth taste. Very little aftertaste to this at all. I mean, this is exactly what a lager should be. I couldn't be more prouder of two Kansans coming together, making this collaboration. And if someone from Walnut or Radius, please make a comment. Let me know how you guys came in existence, chit-chatting one time at a beer fest or something. You guys said, let's get together. I've got an idea. We put it together. Boom. All right. Great beer. I highly recommend it. I'm going to make a trip out to Walnut River sometime and check out the brewery and have one fresh from the tap room. So, or I might go to Radius and have one too. So, all right. Let me get on with, of course, everyone knows, as a veteran, I like to pay tribute to our fallen. You know, we don't need a special day to remember our fallen, the ones who sacrificed it all for this great country. I love America, and I hope you love America too. Without these sacrifices, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. I wouldn't be able to barbecue, drink beer, spend time with my family, do all those things. And if you think we don't have freedoms around in this country, you're wrong. Try spending some time in a third world country like I did for a couple of years, and you'll see that these people live very poorly and they don't have a say. So freedom is limited in some of these other countries, and we do live pretty free, believe it or not. So, and always, to Chesty Puller, wherever you are, once again, grunt style, First Sergeant, this is your whiskey, America. All right, Chesty Puller. I love a good bourbon. Arr. And that goes nicely with the lager. All right. Thank you very much, Brad Lance, Scott Losky, my Marine Corps brothers. Well, a lot of the names in this are my Marine Corps brothers. I like to just recognize these guys because sometimes they do watch this. Michael Estes, Corey Locke, Ricardo Castro, David Aslan, my local ones, Chris Schmidt, Casey Patch, of course, Chris Nicholson, I didn't forget you, my WM friends, Irona and Lynn. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate, I don't know, Irona, if you watch or not, but if you do, hey, thank you. And Lynn, I know you watch because you've proved it. And anyone else who watched it, and my family and friends that support this. I went and visited a little bit with my family, and you know, they've actually watched this, so I didn't think anyone watches it because I sit there, I'm rambling for 15 minutes. I need to get off here because I like to keep them short. I want to keep you guys interested. I want to keep you excited about drinking a beer. And remember, the best beer is free beer, your beer, and the beer that you like to enjoy at the end of the day. And yeah, the great thing about these reviews is there really is no wrong or right about this. It's your interpretation of what you're tasting. So honestly, I can't say someone else is wrong because they're giving me their interpretation. So no one's wrong. You may like this lager, you may not, but I feel it's a strong lager, and I feel also that it is a go-to beer. That I could have this beer in my fridge, I could have family or friends over, and we could sip on a few of these. Okay, and I don't say that about a lot of beers. Okay, but I will tell you when I come across those beers, there's a lot of great beers out there. Don't get me wrong. Okay, but there's just some I don't feel like having 2 or 3 or 4 of them in a row. I might have one, move on to a different kind. Mix and match a little bit. But at the end of the day, it's what you like to drink. So thank you guys. This is the channel that's so full of anger. Thank you very much, Simple Motherfucking 5.